Hello, you're watching VNA News and now headlines.
National Party Congress concludes with great success after 8 days of working. Vietnam calls on Chinese Taiwan to end sovereignty violations. Coal spilled in northern Vietnam causes great losses to agricultural sector.
The 12th National Congress of the Communist Party of Vietnam concluded with great success on January 28th after 8 days of working. On behalf of the Presidium, State President Trương Tấn Sang chaired the closing session.
Politburo member Đinh Thế Huynh, on behalf of the Congress Presidium, reported the outcomes of the elections of the Politburo, the Party General Secretary, the Secretariat, the Inspection Commission, and the Commission's head for the 12th tenure. 19 Politburo members were elected. 1. Nguyễn Phú Trọng. 2. Trần Đại Quang. 3. Nguyễn Thị Kim Ngân. 4. Ngô Xuân Lịch. 5. Tô Lâm. 6. Nguyễn Xuân Phúc. 7. Nguyễn Thiện Nhân. 8. Đinh Thế Huynh. 9. Phạm Minh Chính. 10. Tòng Thị Phóng. 11. Vương Đình Huệ. 12. Trần Quốc Vượng. 13. Phạm Bình Minh. 14. Trương Thị Mai. 15. Trương Hòa Bình. 16. Nguyễn Văn Bình. 17. Võ Văn Thưởng. 18. Đinh La Thăng. And 19. Hoàng Trung Hải. General Secretary of the 11th Party Central Committee Nguyễn Phú Trọng was re-elected with unanimity as General Secretary of the 12th Party Central Committee. The 72-year-old party leader is a professor, PhD in politics. He served as an official member of the Party Central Committee in the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th tenures and member of the Political Bureau of the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th tenures. The 12th Party Central Committee entrusted the Politburo to assign some members to join the Secretariat. The committee also elected 3 members of the Secretariat at the first plenum. A 21-strong commission for inspection was also elected at the first plenum, with Politburo member Trần Quốc Vượng as its head. The 12th Party Central Committee made its debut at the Congress. On behalf of the committee, Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng expressed thanks to delegates for contributing their efforts to the success of the Congress. He stressed that the 12th Party Central Committee will join hands with the entire party, people and army in continuing to uphold the party's glorious tradition and valuable experience, strengthen the unity, strongly renovate the way of thinking, creatively apply and develop Marx-Leninism and Ho Chi Minh thought, and consistently pursue the goal of national independence and socialism. At the closing session, head of the Congress Secretariat Trần Quốc Vượng presented a draft resolution of the 12th National Party Congress. All delegates voted to adopt the resolution. In his closing speech, Party General Secretary Trọng announced with pleasure that the Congress is a success. Delegates discussed in a candid and democratic manner and unanimously passed important documents, including the political report and a report evaluating the implementation of socio-economic tasks between 2011 and 2015, and orientations and tasks for 2016 to 2020. They also approved a report reviewing the leadership of the 11th Party Central Committee, another on the execution of the party's statutes in the 11th tenure, and a document summarizing the implementation of the 11th Central Committee's 4th Plenum's resolution on urgent issues in party building. General Secretary Trọng thanked delegates for their trust in the new Party Central Committee, the supreme organ on party affairs. He said the committee is deeply aware of its great responsibility towards the party, the people, and the country. On behalf of the committee, the General Secretary pledged to fulfill their tasks, leading the country to overcome difficulties and challenges to develop further in the coming time. The General Secretary called upon the entire party, people and army, as well as Vietnamese expatriates to uphold patriotism, self-reliance and great national unity to realize successfully the Congress resolution, helping to open a new development period for the country towards socialism.
The success of the 12th National Congress of the Communist Party of Vietnam was significantly contributed by the press. Newly elected Party General Secretary Nguyen Phu Trọng made the remark while meeting with domestic and foreign reporters in Hanoi right after the Congress ended.
The party leader hailed the journalists for their timely reporting of the Congress, a significant political event to the public, stressing that after 8 days of working, the Congress concluded as a big success.
The Party Central Committee during its first meeting elected me as the Party General Secretary with absolute majority votes. I am touched by the sentiments of domestic compatriots and international friends for entrusting us. There will be a lot of things to do in the coming tenure, given the opportunities and challenges from both at home and abroad. Enormous efforts are needed to fulfill the missions.
The party leader told reporters for the first time the party made strategic level personnel planning to facilitate personnel preparations for the Congress.
The party has paid due attention to the training of young cadres so that they could inherit and promote the achievements from previous generations for sustainable development. Young cadre training is a long-term and strategic task.
He reiterated the Congress' goal of building Vietnam with prosperous people and a democratic, fair and civilized society, underlining this as a long-term goal, and the foreseeable target of the party is to develop Vietnam into a modern industrialized country. On the same day, the Party Central Committee's Commission for External Relations reported on the results of the Congress to diplomatic corps and international organizations. The head of the Commission, Hoàng Bình Quân, said through democratic discussions, delegates adopted key documents and outlined 6 major tasks and targets for the country's development in the new tenure. He said, in reference to external relations, the Congress agreed to the consistent diplomatic policy of independence, self-reliance, peace, cooperation and development, multilateralization and diversification of external relations, proactive and active integration into the world, being a friend, a trustworthy partner, and responsible member of the international community. On the occasion, he also thanked parties, international organizations and friends for conveying 248 letters and messages congratulating the Congress, saying that it is a sort of inspiration and encouragement for the Congress and a symbol of deepened ties between the Communist Party of Vietnam and political parties, organizations and friends worldwide.
The 12th National Party Congress concluded in tremendous success, fulfilling people's expectations and faith in the new party leadership. Here are some of their thoughts.
Unlike any ordinary school day, many students of the Academy of Journalism and Communication are watching the closing ceremony of the Party Congress. To many of these young minds, following the developments of the event is beneficial to their study. We care deeply about the Congress and the election of the new Party Central Committee. I have great expectations in our new leadership and hope that they will map out the right path forward. According to Professor Phạm Xuân Mỹ, many factors contributed to the success of the Congress, one of which is that it approved the political report that gathered over 26 million suggestions from the public.
Tôi cho cái thành công thứ nhất là
I think the first success is the political report, which accumulates the intellects of the entire party and people. The second success is the Central Committee election that reflects democracy, consensus, and a renewal in party activities. I believe that the new leadership will lead our country towards sustainable development.
I
have great faith in the result of the Congress. I believe that our new leaders will lead our nation towards sustainable economic, cultural, and social development, as well as eliminate social negativities and corruptions. We are happy that the new elected party Central Committee have both experienced members and young officials.
Not only did the Congress successfully elect a new party leadership, it also approved general targets in socio-economic development in the future.
We have more news coming up next. Stay tuned.
The intense and prolonged cold frost in northern Vietnam has caused great damage to the livelihood of farmers and the entire agriculture sector. As of January 28, the total number of livestock died due to the cold has reached 8,913. The figure was released by the Steering Committee for Natural Disaster Prevention and Control and the Department of Livestock. The mountainous province of Điện Biên lost 982 cattle to the frost. Meanwhile, 8 localities in Yên Bái province also suffered losses amounting to 630 cattle. Currently, the provincial authorities are still accounting for the damages, as well as aiding locals in overcoming the aftermaths. The agriculture sector is working together with affected localities to instruct farmers to help shield their livestock from the frost. The Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development reported snow covered a wide spread of 80,000 hectares of forest land, destroyed nearly 6,000 hectares of crops, flower and herbal plants. On January 28th, Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc visited Sapa district of the mountainous province of Lào Cai, one of the localities hardest hit by the cold spell. Phúc, who is also head of the Steering Committee of the Northwestern region, affirmed that the government pays special attention to guiding localities to reduce losses caused by the severe weather. He asked the province to support local people in restoring production, ensuring sufficient food and good supply during the upcoming traditional New Year.
Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lê Hải Bình stated that Vietnam has full legal foundation and historical evidence proving its irrefutable sovereignty of the Trường Sa and Hoàng Sa archipelagos, known in English as Spratly and Paracel.
Binh made the statement on January 28 in reply to reporters' queries on Vietnam's response to the Taiwanese leader Ma Ying-jeou's visit to Ba Bình Island on the same day. The spokesman said the Taiwanese leader's visit to Ba Bình Island in Vietnam's Trường Sa archipelago seriously violates Vietnam's sovereignty and runs counter to the Taiwanese side's recent statements, hoping to contribute to maintaining peace and stability in this sea. He added, Vietnam resolutely opposes a request Chinese Taiwan to immediately end its violations of Vietnam's sovereignty, as well as not to repeat similar actions, which accelerate tensions and complicate the situation in its sea.
The minimum wage for cadres, civil servants, public employees, and those working in the armed forces will increase by some 5% on May the 1st. This is stipulated in a draft decree released by the Ministry of Home Affairs.
The draft decree, open for feedback, specifies the monthly minimum wage for the targeted groups will be increased from 1.15 million Vietnam dong to 1.21 million Vietnam dong. The ministry said the new wage level will help improve the living standards of the targeted groups. Minimum wages in 4 different regions also went up by an average of 12.4% on January 1st this year, ranging from 2.4 million Vietnam dong, $105.6 US, to 3.5 million Vietnam dong, $155.6 US per month. This applied to those working under labor contracts with businesses, cooperatives, farms, households, individuals and organizations.
And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thanks for joining us and goodbye for now.